In this video we're going to see if I can make it 2 wins out of 2 races. Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of GT Sport related stuff, subscribe now and click the bell icon so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. Today's video is the next video in our Beginner to Winner series. This series documents my journey of going from a controller with assists to a wheel without any and trying to achieve my ultimate goal of becoming an A+ ranked driver. So make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the video to see where I eventually finish and to see whether I make any progress. So, intro over, let's get into it. So the race in this video is the one immediately that followed the one in the last video. So if you haven't seen that one, go and check out that one now and then come back to this one. But we've got another 10 laps around Suzuka in weekly race C. The fun's going to start straight away as the Porsche there goes straight on at turn number 1. He doesn't spin though, luckily, but it means after we qualified in 5th place, we're now up to 4th. So this lobby is a little bit stronger than the last one. We've got 7 A ranks and 3 S ranks in this one. The guy in 4th place who went straight on at the first corner, he was an S rank. So we've got one less to contend with there. We've got an S rank, an A rank and a B rank up in front. But that doesn't change what we're going to do. It's going to be the same strategy as before. As we're in the Lexus, we're going to fuel save as much as we can, keeping it as clean as possible over the first stint, and we're going to see where it all pans out at the start of the second stint. We'll close right up there behind the RS01. He gets a bit of a wriggle on. We tap him slightly, which is going to allow the Spaniard in the SLS there to come through. So we're back down to 5th where we started here. There's a little tap there. Ooh, and we just avoid big contact there with the Renault. The Spaniard up in front goes straight on. We're going to chuck it straight up the inside so we don't get collected there. But after that small bit of excitement, we now find ourselves in 3rd place. We're going to push as hard as we need to get that 1 second gap to the guy behind so he's not feasting off our slipstream and saving fuel on our time. And I think you're going to see in the background he's going to run wide there, which is going to give us that 1 second gap we lead. We almost run wide ourselves, looking in the rear view mirror there. We almost go too deep into the AstroTurf, but we get away with it, and we've got that 1.2 second advantage that we need to get them out of our slipstream, and we can concentrate on fuel saving and get back to our strategy. So we're going to fast forward here to the start of our in-lap, and things are looking pretty good for us, to be honest. We're just under 3 seconds behind the leader. You can see him up in front there who's in the line 11. He's that S rank that I was speaking about earlier. The guy in front is also in a 911. He's an A rank, but most importantly the guy behind us is also in a 911. So I'm surrounded by 911s here, and look how much fuel we've got left. We've been doing a fantastic job with fuel saving. We've got 47%, which at this stage of the race is pretty damn good. I've been changing up as much as I can whilst keeping the gap to the guys around me stable. And also I haven't had any slipstream while I've been doing this. As you can see, I'm outside of the time needed to be in his slipstream. So if we were in his slipstream, we'd be able to save even more. So I'm really happy with how much fuel saving we've been doing here. He's going to run a little bit wide there, coming into the hairpin. I'm still unsure about this hairpin, to be honest. I'm not the greatest around here, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I've just spun too many times coming out of that hairpin to be confident. But what I am confident in is that we're going to be right with them, if not past them, when it comes to the pit stops here. So coming out the second part of Spoon, coming down the back straight towards 130R, as we said, we're under 3 seconds behind the leader. So it's going to be interesting where we come out, but I'm fairly confident we're going to come out in first. Coming through 130R, we've navigated that successfully, braking hard down into the Casio triangle. I'm fairly confident the two guys in front are going to come in. Yep, there's the guy in first, there's the guy in second, so we're 2.4 seconds behind the leader. Let's see how it all pans out. So all that good work that we've been doing in the first stint results in us coming in 39% fuel. The guy in first had 22% and the guy in second had 19%. So as we get some new boots on here, I'm going to fill just past the diamond, as I always do, because you never know how much fuel you're going to need here. And we're going to come out, and let's wait for it to pan out like we did in the last video. We have jumped them both, so we're now 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds now in front of the German who was leading the race prior to the pit stops. And we've also jumped the guy who was in second place at the time of the pit stops. So whilst we're showing it in fourth at the moment, we have just inherited the lead. Really happy with that, and also because I was fuel saving and keeping up with them, that gives me more confidence, because I now can wring this Lexus's neck if I need to, revving it all the way to the top if I need to put some distance between us and them. That is also why I am conscious about putting more fuel in at the pit stop, so it's there if I need it, because at the moment if this guy starts putting us under pressure, I don't want to have to be fuel saving. So I knew I was going to come out comfortably in front because of the difference in percentages. So things are looking pretty sweet at the moment. We just got to keep it on the black stuff like we had to in the last one. Hopefully the guys in front come in and don't hold us up too much, because I can see we're catching them, and it should hopefully be 2 out of 2 victories in Daily Race C, which I'll be really thrilled with if we can pull this one off. We're going to stay on board here just to see whether the 3 guys pit. I expect them to. Coming through 130R here, keeping it nice and conservative away from that Astro on the right hand side. Coming down to the Casio triangle, cut that first part, straighten up as early as we can on the second, and yep, 1, 2, 3 all come in. So we, as I expected, have inherited the lead, and we've got a 1.3 second gap to the guy behind, so he's not in our slipstream. We've got plenty of fuel, we know we've got pace in reserve if we need it. Things are looking pretty good right now. We rejoin the action a little bit further down. We're finishing lap number 7 here. I'm beginning to stretch my legs a little bit now, but staying within my limits. I set the fastest lap of the race, but not for long, as the guy in third is about to take that one off me. But that's not a problem, because that means he's going to be putting pressure on the German in second. As you can see, he's dropped off slightly there. We're over 2 seconds now in front of him. We're in control, and he's going to be looking backwards rather than forwards. Here we go then, the final lap of the race. We've got a 1.6 second gap to the S rank behind us, the German there in the 911, who we managed to overtake in the pits. And we're going to stay on board for this final lap. So coming through the first turn here, keeping it in third gear, trying to stay away from the grass as much as possible. Coming through these S curves here, being patient. These things are really good when you get them right, and I really like the feel of the Lexus through here. We're going to open up as soon as we can, coming through the Dunlop curve here, staying well away from that stuff on the right, otherwise you'll be deep into that gravel. Ringing it out in fourth gear, chucking it back down to third for Degner 1, and then down another gear to Degner 2. Be patient on the throttle again, because you don't want to end up on the inside barrier, making our way up the hill towards the hairpin. Pick your braking point. I'm going a little bit deep here, but it's not too bad because it just sharpens up the turn. It means you can straighten up and get on the power sooner. We've made our way out of the hairpin here, and we're opening the car up through turn number 12 down towards the spoon curves. Pick our braking point again, third gear, try and stay away from that crap on the right hand side. Be patient on the throttle as always, especially as it's coming down the hill. You can easily lose the back end there if you are not careful. Coming towards 130R, look for the 200-meter board. Take our foot off the pedal, come round. As soon as you're confident, get yourself back on. Pick your braking point here for the Casio triangle for the final time. And then one more time on the power. Keep it nice and tight as we take home our second victory in 2 races. I have never done that before, getting 2 in a row. Absolutely thrilled. Here we are then, our second victory out of 2 races. Wow, really happy with that. Another clean race as well, so we've got 2 clean races in a row. Let's see how our driver rating has improved. So for those who watched yesterday's video, you will know that I entered this race on 36,912 points. And with that victory, we've gone up another 1,300 points to 38,229. Wow, we are definitely making some progress. It's amazing how that I don't like the weekly races when it's not a track that suits me, but my view definitely changes when it is a track that suits me. Really happy with that. And that is the end of the video, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.